Hey guys, Inder this side from 24/7 Everything. Hope you all are doing great. We are again back with another video, and this time it's on Asus Zenfone Max Pro M1 related to the review of the latest version issued by or released by Asus, that is with the version number 063. So as per the changelog, they have just updated two things. One is security patch level. So earlier it was 5th February 2020, and now they have updated to 5th April 2020. And apart to this, they have updated the APN list, which are being beneficial for the 3G and 4G connectivity. And rest, if you want to know about APN list, you can search Google and you will be able to know the in-depth information for the same. So in this particular video, we will discuss few things after this, but after installing and using this particular update. So we will be covering battery metrics, then security, then audio and sound, then connected devices like Bluetooth, screencasting, a part of this network and internet connectivity, then available quick settings, are those working or not properly, then status of camera to API wide one certification, and last but not least benchmark scores and RAM management, or I would say memory management. So firstly, we'll start with the battery metrics. So basically, like in this particular update, or I would say after getting this particular update, I do see somewhat better result in terms of battery consumption, even lesser battery drainage, and even good battery backup as well. So just to remind you, at my side, I'm using the variant that is 6 plus 64 GB. So again, if someone will say that, brother, I'm not facing, so maybe it might be a reason in terms of variant as well, but although there are very less chances in terms of variant as well. So let's start with the consumption part in terms of battery metrics. So firstly, we'll discuss from a normal, or I would say light usage perspective. Like if you are just a user who just want like to do web browsing or some sort of social networking, be it Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and whatsoever available platforms, and a part of this, you only have some sort of video and audio playbacks and very minor gamings and so on, nothing else. So in that particular case, the battery consumption is really very good, and I would say satisfactory. So there is no unnecessary or unwanted battery consumption or drainage I have faced at my side after updating to this particular version 063 update. Apart to this, now we'll discuss from a gaming point of view, so that it will also be beneficial for the gamers as well. So for this, I have analyzed two basic apps, or I would say two major apps, like PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty. So for PUBG Mobile, again for both the games, PUBG Mobile and Call of Duty, I have analyzed by playing it for at least 1 hour or 1 hour 5 minutes gameplay to see what was the battery consumption, how and what was the temperature readings and so on. So these were the settings that I was using while playing a 1 hour of gameplay. That is HD graphics and high frame rate. So battery consumption was nearly about 18 to 19% within a gameplay of 1 hour. And temperature reading, before I started playing game, the temperature of my phone was 32 degree, and after I played the game for 1 hour and 5 minutes, the temperature reading was nearly about 39 degrees. So it's an increment of 7 to 8%, or 6 to 7, or at most 7%. So again, I would prefer even recommend that you can even try the same at your side. So just in case, I was using protective case while playing the game, you can try by putting up and even removing it. Maybe you might see a decrease of 1% of temperature reading. Now let's focus to the Call of Duty. So these were the graphics and frame rate settings. So graphic quality was medium and frame rate was high. And again, for this game as well, I have played nearly about 1 hour 10 minutes, I think. So the battery consumption was nearly about 15 to 16%. And again, these were the settings, and temperature readings were like, before playing this game, the temperature of my phone was nearly about 31 degrees, and after playing this particular game, the temperature of my phone was nearly about 39 degrees. So increment of 7 to 8% of temperature, or I would say degrees temperature. Now let's focus to the ideal battery drainage. So I have analyzed this particular ideal battery drainage for 2 to 3 days. So on a very first day, it was nearly about 1 to 2%. On second day, it was 3 to 4%, and on third day, it was 2 to 3%. So I think on one of the day, I might have switched on my mobile data. That's why. But apart to this, I think at most we can consider that the battery drainage is nearly about 3 to 4% in a span of 10 to 11 hours. So even some of the like I would say subscriber, viewers, or users have already commented in the previous videos that the battery drainage is really very less as compared to the previous version. Even the digital well-being is turned on. I haven't turned it off, and I haven't turned on the battery saver as well. So these were just with the default setting. So in between, I might have turned on the alarms and so on, a few SMS notification and so on. So I think if you will be considering 3 to 4% of battery drainage, so it is really very nice with the if you will be looking with this particular phone's age itself, like it is almost now 2 years that this phone was released and so on. Now let's focus to the charging time. So basically, it took nearly about 3 hours and 30 minutes to fully charge the battery from 0 to 100%. Now I would just want to recommend few things. If someone is facing literally a very large, I would say more time, or I would say nearly about 5 to 6 hours to charge their battery from 0 to 100% with the default Asus charger, then I would say please try with some other compatible 10-watt charger and see what's the benefit, or will it helps at your side or not. Because I have ditched the Asus charger from I think 6 to 7 months ago, and I'm using the compatible 10-watt charger. That's why I'm getting these sometimes 3 hours 10 minutes with the custom ROMs, and with the stock ROM it took nearly about 3 hours and 30 minutes. And so it will really help you. Now, from the securities point of view, PIN, pattern, swipe, password, all are working fine. Fingerprint scanner is also working fine. Face unlock is also working fine. There is no glitch with any part. Apart to this, audio and sound. So it's almost same like the version 060, or I would say 061. I don't feel any change, not in a good or in a bad way. But if you have faced or you have felt something, then do let us know in the comment section below, because this will surely benefit for the others users and subscribers. Okay, apart to this connected devices or Bluetooth devices, so Bluetooth is working absolutely fine, be it for file transfer or be it using audio via Bluetooth devices and so on. Apart to this, screencasting is working absolutely fine out of the box. There is no glitch in connecting and so on. Now let's focus to the network and internet. So basically dual voltage available. So there is a good like there is no change with it. It was also available in the previous. Wi-Fi calling, it's only available for Jio at my side, not for Airtel. If someone is getting, do let us know in the comment section below, so that it will be beneficial for the other users and subscribers of viewers as well. Apart to this, there is no native video call. There is no call recorder available for this particular phone with this particular version. Apart to this, I haven't seen any Wi-Fi connectivity issue. There is no issue with the calls and SMS. Even mobile internet is working absolutely fine, be it for Airtel and Jio. So all in all, it is working absolutely fine. From the quick settings perspective, everything is working absolutely fine, be it touch, be it like I would say connectivity, shortcuts and so on. And so I would really suggest you that if someone is failing or facing any problem, then do let us know. But I think it's working absolutely fine for each and every user, because Asus hasn't changed anything in this particular case. Okay, apart to this, now let's discuss about the status of camera to API. So again, it's really disgusting that Asus has not provided camera to API support still with this version as well. So again, it is in legacy, and before and after updating the versions with the latest version on this particular phone, it is still showing me legacy. Apart to the status of Wide1 certification, so it is showing L3 at my side, but some users have said that, bro, it is showing L1 because they don't might have installed the Android 10 beta version. That's why it is showing L1 at their side, but I had installed in the past. That's why it has messed up. So hopefully Asus will resolve this in the coming builds, or maybe with the Android 10 stable or next beta version. Now let's focus to the benchmark score. So from the past few weeks, I have stopped using the Antutu because Google has pulled off their as Google has pulled off their app from the Play Store. So once it will be available, I'll start using that. But for now, we are just concentrating on the Geekbench score. So these are the scores. Like with single core score, it is showing 275. With multi-core score, it is showing us 1221. Apart to this, with the computation with OpenCL API, it is showing us 437, and with Vulkan API, it is showing us 154. So I think with respect to the previous version 061, hardly a change of 1 or 2 points, nothing major. So now let's focus to the RAM management, or I would say memory management. For this, we have already opened few apps during this particular video itself. So let's open it. Let me open PUBG and see where from it start. So basically it started from where I have left. I was showing you graphic settings and frame rate settings. So it has just like started from that particular part itself. Now let me see from the Call of Duty's perspective, like whether it will start from the scratch or from the same screen where I have left. So again, it is started from the same screen where I have left. A part of this, we were also opened or checking few things like camera to AP. Again, it is the from the same screen, even wide one and so on. So all in all, RAM and memory management is absolutely fine. There is no glitch with it. There is no problem with this. And even I think from last few versions, we haven't seen any major problem with the RAM or memory management. So ASUS is doing very good with this particular part. So that was all from our side related to this particular review of version 063. If I have left something, then do let me know so that I can look into it and provide the feedback on the same. Even this will be helpful for the other users, subscribers and viewers as well if you will provide your valuable feedback. So this was all from our side. Hope you like this video. If you really like this video, kindly share this with your friends and family. And apart from this, please subscribe to our channel because this will surely motivate us and boost us to create more videos like this in the coming future. Finally, it's the time to sign off now. Bye for now. Thanks.